Thank you very much for joining our webinar on stretching your marketing budget. It is part of LKCS's monthly webinar series. My name is John Dudek, and I'm Vice President of Sales for LKCS. I will be hosting it today. All your phones have been muted, but you can ask questions down on the bottom right hand of the screen if you have any, and we will answer them after the presentation. I will leave some time afterwards to answer these questions. Stretching your marketing budget. In the last few years, interest rates have gotten very low, and it's really been hard to make money. There's just no spread in money, so it's harder and harder, and we have to be smarter and smarter in the way that we use our money. So this is what we will be talking about. But first of all, I want to just briefly give you a little bit of information about LKCS. We just celebrated 50 years in business last year. We are also SOC 2 certified, which is very important. Our clients, we handle a lot of very sensitive data from them, and it's very important that we have procedures in place to protect it. So we have audits every year, and we also then have a report on that. And if anybody afterwards would be interested in our audit report for security issues, that I can also send that out. So what I'm going to be talking about today is really kind of all these services. We call this our wheel of services, which is what we do, and our tagline is we do that. So over the years, the services on here have grown more and more. In fact, one that isn't on here is social media marketing, which we have gotten into, so we will have to be adding that. So we used to, years ago, we were a printing, mailing, and marketing organization. But as I said, over the years, we've been adding more and more products. And now what we're doing is we're hiring programmers to help do data mining, drill down and get information from your clients. And then also there's many different channels to send your message out, and we help you do that. It used to be, again, just direct mail, and now it has to do with electronic and using your website. One-to-one marketing, personalized marketing is very important to reach the people that you need to reach. And then also we can help in segmenting that for you and then doing the reporting. So these are a lot of the things that we're going to be talking about. Why should you market to your current account holders? The main reason is account holders are 6 times more likely than prospects to sign up for your services. A lot of times, you know, us included, we look at getting new account holders, getting new clients, but then we sometimes forget that we need to continue to market to our current account holders because they definitely have a lot of other services that you can offer that they can use. So we need to continue to keep doing that and grow them. It costs 6 to 7 times as much to acquire a new account holder versus retaining a current account holder. A 2% increase in account holder retention has the same effect as decreasing costs by 10%. So you want to spend money, make efforts to keep your current clients, and in effect then you're getting new growth from them, and you're not spending as much to promote to prospects. So you want to grow from within as much as you can. So what I'm going to talk about today are ways to stretch your marketing budget. Be smarter on how you use it. Use different avenues. You need to market and touch your current clients and prospects in as many different ways as you can. So these are the 5 areas that I'll be touching upon. Trans-promo statement marketing, using your statements to market. We do that with most of our clients. So if you're not doing it with whoever does the processing of your statements currently, I would suggest you talk to them to do that, because it is a good way to reach your current members, your current clients. And what trans-promo means, if some of you aren't familiar with the word, it's been around for a few years, but it's a compound expression, and it comes from the words transaction and promotional. By adding relevant messages You can piggyback targeted promotions and advertising to your existing documents, such as your statements. Also, you could do it for invoices, notices, things like that. Transpromotional documents combine data mining and business intelligence technology with variable data printing. So we drill down, we get information, we find out who would be interested in the services you have to offer so that you're only marketing to the pertinent account holders that you have. And the other thing is take advantage of the free postage. It isn't costing you any more. You're marketing right on the statement. Also, don't forget, monthly when you are sending out statements, that basically anything you put in there is free postage. Postage is one of the biggest budgeting items you do have, so put inserts, put a newsletter, put other information in there because it's not costing you any more for postage. Statement ads and inserts. With our clients, we utilize this a lot. LKCS prints ads directly on client statements, and we do it for pennies. Ads can be sent to all your customers, or you can just target specific ones depending on what promotion, what service you are trying to reach, what message you're trying to send them. You are no longer limited to a short text-only message at the top of your statement. You can have a full page. You got the ability to put graphics, logos, fonts, photos, and personalize every ad on the statement if you would like to do that. The same technology enables you to put loan coupons on your statements. You could put rate grids, regulatory notices, any messages that you would want to put on there. And you can design these ads yourself, or we can help you in the design of them. Here's a couple samples of statement inserts that we've done. This was actually the first page of a full-page promotion, and they were for doing loans. They were offering a chance to win $5,000. This is the bottom of the first page. You can have a home equity loan on there. It can be auto recapture, auto loans. And again, this can go to all of your account holders, or you can just use it for specific ones where it's pertinent. We can also do a skip a pay request the same way, and this can be the first page, the bottom page of your statement. And the chance of it being read is a lot more favorable than if you just had an insert or you send it out directly, because it is their statement, and most of your account holders are going to look at the statement. If not right away, within a couple weeks they will look at that. Some other ideas that you can use are you can send these out to the new account holders, CD renewals, loan payoffs. We have a number of clients where there's auto loans, and when the auto loan either gets down to 24 months or $4,000 or $5,000 balance, they want to start sending an ad at the bottom of the statement saying, don't forget your credit union for your next auto loan. We have great rates. So, and again, auto recapture. So these are some of the different areas where you can use these trans promo ads on your statements. Another one I'd like to, if you get a new merger, if you merge in a new or you get a new branch, you can just send this to them, and it can be a letter. It can be the first page welcoming them, or possibly your account holders within that area of the new branch. You can send that to them and say, don't forget to check out, the new location that we have. So there's a lot of things you can do here where it's going to be looked at and viewed. Here are some ongoing campaigns that some of our clients use. The month of all their account holders' birthdays, they get this. So just that month, they get a little message at the bottom that says happy birthday. So it's just another way to stay in front of your account holders and let them know you're thinking about them, and that helps in them getting other services because they feel comfortable using your institution. Another one is whenever they get new members, they send them a little welcome memo and kind of lets them know about some of the service they have. And this is one that we've been using for a while with a number of our clients. Instead of sending out a coupon book or an individual mailing with it, at the bottom of the first page of their statement, we've got the coupon. They can just clip it off, and then monthly it'll update the interest and the balance that's due on it. So that works out very well, and it saves you money on your budget because you're not sending it out individually. Additional trans-promo areas are the back and even the front of the statement envelope. We've been doing it for about 35 or 40 years, so we might have been a little bit ahead of the curve, but it's very hard to open an envelope without seeing the back side. You flip it over and you can have a message there on the back. It's basically like a billboard, and it costs just a little over 1 cent per envelope to have this done. We send out stock ideas every quarter to our clients where they got a couple 4 or 5 different ideas on what they can use, and they can choose one of them. In fact, e-statements has been a huge one the last couple of years, as more and more of our clients are converting their members to e-statements. So, and you can also do a customized one. You may have an anniversary, you may have a special you're running for the year. We can do that, and we can print that and have it on the back of your statement envelopes for 3 months, 6 months, a year, and then also put a message on the front too if you want to do that. The next area is the matrix mailings, onboarding matrix campaigns. And our definition of a matrix mailing is a highly targeted, predetermined series of direct mail pieces or email messages or outbound phone calls designed to cross-sell the products and services that our clients have to offer. So and each offer is personalized based on individual account holders' relationships, their demographics, and other criteria. So you determine what services and products you would like to put in front of these new members for onboarding, and it's a type of service that works well. It's got proven results in a wide variety of institutions. New customers are open to trying new services a lot more than your current account holders that have maybe been around for 10 years. They know you for the services they use and don't really think of the other services as much, and that's another reason to keep those in front of them. And the results are used and have been widely used in institutions. Car dealers have been using it for a real long time. When somebody purchases a vehicle and they send out a series of letters and offers and things like that, and it's worked very well for them. The other nice thing about matrix marketing is the campaigns are automated. They'll continue going on no matter what priorities or demand you have. Once it's set up, it goes. So personalized communications can be offered to them, to the account holders, in the most cost-effective method for improving services per households, increasing balances, and the long-term retention of these relationships. It'll definitely help you grow new products, new services for your current members. Here's a couple samples of letters that we've sent out to our for some of our clients, and basically they can be introduction letters. It can be a letter. It can be an e-marketing piece. It could even be a postcard. So these are just some that we've done in the letter format, but it can be used any way that you would like to use it, offering your different services. Here's one where they're talking about the car, the thrill of the first car, and then gave them different information that they can use for the car and for the financing and other options that they can have. So we can do this with a lot of different services. This is one that we have a few of our clients using, which is actually the bottom of the statement. So it's a series of offers that they are sending out monthly to their new account holders. And what's nice about these is it's also giving them an opportunity to have a savings if they use this. So here they get basically 50 basis points off of a loan if they sign up now and they let them know about the loyal member reward. So these can be any type of services you want. They can be, and the offers can be whatever you would want them to be. But it, again, saves you money. It's right on the statements. Their chances of looking at it increase. Here's some other ideas for matrix campaigns. The new account holders, which I've talked about before. Indirect accounts. It helps them know more about your services, about your institution. That's probably one of the hardest group of account holders to market to, because they're really wanted a loan. They didn't care who they got the loan for the most part. But you do have the opportunity to market to them, keep your name in front of them. It may take a little longer, but you can get more services, get them to use more of your services down the road. Also, mergers, new branch openings, which we had talked about. There's a lot of different ways that you can utilize matrix campaigns, and that's something that we can help you with too if you would want us to. One-to-one marketing. What is one-to-one marketing? It's specific messages delivered to specific demographics. The promotion or offer has to be relevant to each recipient. You send out lower quantities, but you get higher response rates because you're sending them out to the right person. And the results are, it does cost more per piece because you're not sending out as many and it's targeted, but your response cost is a lot lower because you're getting a better response because you're not just sending it out to everybody and hoping somebody is interested in what message you're telling them. When you're doing one-to-one marketing, you want to reduce your expenses and you want to improve your results. And the way you do that, basically there's a few steps. And the first step is you want to take a look at what information is available to you to do the one-to-one marketing. You've got a lot of data from your core processing system and other internal databases. You've got the names, addresses, email addresses. You've got the different account types, checking, auto, home loans, balances, and branches. You want to use all this information when you decide that there's a service or product that you want to promote. Also, if you have an MCIF, that would be something that you could use because that can help you identify new accounts, new account holders, and help you kind of watch over and see what they're doing. There's data from external sources. There's now very high quality mailing lists you can get and prospecting lists. There's new movers, new homeowners, new borrowers, auto leasing lists, and a new product that we've been using a lot with our clients is basically credit-based marketing lists, and it's based entirely on credit data. And I'll talk a little bit more about that in a couple minutes. The second step is you want to collect this information and identify your target. You want to examine the demographic and psychographic traits. For instance, an example, you are likely to see significant differences between characteristics of people with CDs or money markets versus account holders with personal loans. So you need to market to them differently. You want to break your contact list down into smaller segments and make sure your marketing to them matches basically who they are. In the last couple of years, a lot of people have talked about Generation X, Gen Y, Gen Z, and basically Generation X are people born between 1965 and 1980. Gen Y are people born in the 80s and 90s, and the new Gen Z group is people that don't really know anything before 9/11, before the year basically 2000, 2001. And the Generation Y and Z groups do everything online and would rarely go into your building. So you need to market to them differently than you would market to families in their 40s and 50s or even older account holders. For the young ones, they don't really know what a checking account is. To them, it's a debit account, so you got to be careful in what you do there. The third step is you want to take this data that you have and you want to put it to use and launch your campaign. So when writing the copy and making the design pieces, you want to make sure everything matches your target audience for this campaign. The photos, the wording, how you do things. And we'll talk, and I'll show you some examples of that a little bit more too. So you want to also then determine what marketing method to use. For the younger people, it would definitely be email marketing. We're even getting into texting, and so there's different ways to reach out to them. Utilize your website a lot more so that that's what they'll be looking for. And then the last step is to measure the results and improve on the concepts of your next promotion. You always want to refine and fine-tune what you're doing. You want to analyze it so that the next time you do it, you can make it a little better, make it a little bit more successful. And you want to monitor it, and anything you can do to kind of figure out the ROI, your return on investment, is important, because management wants to know, if it worked, how successful it was. And that's also something that we can help you with. I talked about, one of the ways to get information, and I said the credit-based marketing, and that's something that we have been doing a lot with our current clients. And what's nice, or the real benefit of it, is what you're doing is you're extending pre-approved offers of credit to account holders and non-account holders based on actual credit score information you can get. And we use all three of the bureaus. You're not just using TransUnion or Equifax. You're using them and Experian to get all this information. So you set the criteria to identify the recipients that will qualify for this loan. You might have certain FICO scores that you don't want to market to because they're too low. If you're worried about other things like delinquencies or balances, you pick out all that information, and then you can send a direct mail piece or an email offer to them, and you know that they are looking for that offer. You're basically making the right offer at the right time, and we can help you, and we can utilize our DataFlex system, which is a reporting engine, to track and measure the results of these campaigns. A number of our current clients use this to help them with ROI and figuring out the results. Doesn't give you an exact ROI, but it puts you in the ballpark, and it lets your management know, whether it's been successful or not. Some of the one-to-one marketing methods are direct mail, which we talked about, variable data printing, which can be rolled in with it, which you would want to do, which is personalized. So you can definitely change your offers and make each offer different depending on who you are working with. We talked about the matrix mailings, the email marketing, and then also the statement marketing and transpromo. You want to utilize all this information when you're marketing to your certain groups you decide to market to. And then also the mobile marketing options, which is text messaging, which is being used more often. It's becoming more popular. So here are a couple examples I kind of want to show of the one-to-one marketing and the personalized variable data printing. This is a postcard, but it could be a letter, it could be an email message. It can be different things, but basically you can personalize it and put the person's name on it. You can determine the color, by gender or images used. The phone numbers could change. They can be determined by what branch they either go to or may go to. And then also if you have age information, that can change with, the photo that you use, or whether it's, it's a male. And these are basically, you could run a program where, you're sending it out to 2,500 individuals, and all, the photos can change, the offers can change depending on the criteria that you set. So you've really got the flexibility to drill down and target and relate to the individual that you are marketing to. This is the back of the postcard, which gives you some more of the information that's variable. We have their name there. The image of the vehicle and the color of it could change. If you knew what kind of vehicle or color they wanted, that could be put in a file where it's changed. If you're marketing to a family, a young family, that could maybe be a minivan like what's down here, or a sports car if it's a younger person. And again, you also have the ability to, if there's a specific loan officer that you would want them to contact and a branch or their email address, that could be on there. And then this offer can change depending on the credit worthiness of the individual you're marketing to. So there's a lot of things you can do. We can put a QR code on there, a quick response code, which they can take a picture of, and it can go to a landing page, or it can go directly to your website. We've got, the return address can change if you want it to go to a certain branch. And so there's a lot of information that you have at your fingertips that you should utilize to make your marketing more successful and basically save you money. Another area is email marketing. We're doing that more and more with our clients, and it's a very good way to reach people, especially the Gen Y and Gen Z people I talked about that, you know, are only on their mobile device, so they're calling up your website from that. They're not going to go into your building. They just want to see what you can do. And email is very good because it's inexpensive, but it's not free. It's got great tracking capabilities to measure results. I mean, you can communicate with your online users, and you get the immediate delivery and real-time reporting. You can send out an email, and an hour later, you can see who looked at it, you know, how many people opened it, how many times they opened it. You can collect very important data when doing this. And you can coordinate this with all your other marketing efforts. So when you're doing any promotion, as you know, you want to hit them in as many different ways as you possibly can. Talked a little on the tracking, and what makes it nice is, you know, immediately you know what messages were sent, you know what messages were read. A good strategy, if you get multiple reads, for instance, when you look at your reports, if you have somebody that's looked at it 3 or 4 times, you go, okay, they're pretty interested in this auto loan offer that we have here. Let's have one of our loan officers give them a call and say, hey, did you see our offer? We've got a great promotion for, you know, refinancing or getting a new car. So it's you don't want to tell them that, you know, they clicked on it 3 or 4 times, but it's a good way for you to know that they're a pretty hot prospect. We need to contact them. So the other thing that's nice about email marketing is you can build multiple lists. You can have one general list that reaches all your account holders. You can have, when there's rate alerts or new products, there might be just certain individuals you want to reach. The announcements, press releases, there's just different ways that you can utilize this. And you can customize the fields, make it selective, you know, as we talked about, depending on their age, because you might want to send a message differently depending on their age. Even you might want to just send it to certain zip codes or just certain account numbers. So there's a lot of flexibility in the way that you can market to these individuals. I talked about text messaging, and we are doing that more and more. And it's also very good from the standpoint of it, you can segment demographically or with account relationships, and the text messages can also be personalized. On average, probably 20% of emails that you send out are opened, but when you send out a text message within 15 minutes, on average 95% of subscribers will have read that message. I mean, every time your cell phone beeps or buzzes, you got to kind of look down and see, okay, who texted me? What's it about? So it's a very effective way to reach these individuals. And there also is the opt-in and the opt-out process, kind of like email marketing. Social media is the last topic that I wanted to talk about. And what is social media? I mean, it's really the last couple of years, it's growing bigger and bigger, and people are wondering, you know, how to use it, if I should use it, how effective is it? But social media marketing is the process of using media platforms to engage in both new and current account holders. And some of the ideas for it is social media is about engagement and conversation. Social media communities must be built. You have to work at it to create your following and build your following. And it's not a set and forget type of media like when I talked about earlier about the matrix mailing. You don't forget, it's a marketing strategy that you have to be dedicated to and work hard on. Social media marketing requires a dedication, and you need to have somebody that's always overlooking it. Some of the benefits are it will help increase your brand awareness. It will help strengthen relationships and expand account service opportunities. You can build a loyal following, a loyal community of people that will check it out. And the young, it's, you know, to relate more to the Gen Y, Gen X, and Z, this helps using social media to get them to be able to relate to your financial institution. It can boost traffic to your website and improve your search engine optimization. So there's a lot of things that you can do with it. I mean, you can also monitor your brand, but you have to remember with this, you know, it's not about promoting your services. It's just a kind of way to keep your name out there, but you don't want it to be like an infomercial. Your financial institution will need to post quality content in order to keep and grow the amount of people that join. And how often should you post? We recommend that you post 3 to 5 times per week. And if you do use Twitter or decide to, depending on the subject and the topic, you know, it would be okay to tweet multiple times a day if it's a hot subject that just popped up. So, and to post new updates, you want to try and do them during business hours. The highest traffic occurs midweek between the times of 1 and 3, and on Thursdays and Fridays, for whatever reason, engagement is up 18%, maybe because people are getting ready for the weekends. I don't know, but it is higher on Thursdays and Fridays. One of the concerns that organizations have is, you know, where do we get this content? You know, how do we get it? And there are really a lot of different ways for you to grab information to use for social media. You've got the human resources, you know, new hires, promotions. Those are things that you can talk about. You could have like an Ask the President segment. Employees, they can get you information. A lot of them are already using social media, and they, you know things that, you know, that you could use. Your products and services, you've got to, if you've got specials going, rate changes, you know, new features, you can have that on there. And then also newsletters. You can get a lot of information. You can break it down into small units, and you can kind of use that throughout, you know, basically throughout the month, and, you know, take little bits and pieces from that. Community events, things that you sponsor, parades, Chamber of Commerce, charitable organizations. These are things that you can talk about. And then business customers, or any of your customers that have businesses themselves that they want to possibly promote, you could help them and talk about grand openings. So there's a ton of information, and also besides that, news, weather, stocks, trivia. Trivia is a big thing. A lot of people like to, you know, there's a question they want to find out about it. You do trivia, and it does pique their interest, and we've got a number of clients that use that. Another area that's probably scares some people is the compliance for social media. They wonder how that works, and basically social media keeps compliance people up worrying about, you know, what they can do or what they shouldn't do. But the same rules applies, the same regs as other advertising. You need to keep management and board members informed on your use of the social media, and you also need to monitor, you know, the risk management. And the other thing that you want to do is possibly come up with something. You have your employees go on and use it. You just got to make sure that they're doing the proper things. You don't want one of your employees sending a photo of them on a Saturday night having too good of a time doing something. So you do need to come up with some rules and guidelines as an organization on what you would like and not like on your social media. And the FFIEC social media guidance, which was released in December of 2013, gives you a good idea, basically a good outline of what you can do. You know, there haven't been any new requirements, and basically what it does is it helps you explain the potential risks, lets you know of expectations to manage risk, and suggestions regarding social media policies and procedures. But it is something that you do want to look at. And it's also something that LKCS can help you with. If you aren't using it and you're thinking about using it, we have a great solution for that. And through a combination of design and marketing strategies, LKCS can help you leverage the potential for social media. Some of the services we offer are account setup, profile design, the daily management. We also offer the social media training, and the monitoring, which is very important, and then social media advertising. So this is something that we can help you in. So these are all the services that you need to keep looking at, to utilize and use for your, to help you market your services and your products, and also save you money. You need to touch all those areas and keep improving on them so that they help you grow as an organization and also to save money. So I want to thank you very much for listening to the presentation. If you have any questions, we will leave it open for a little bit and answer any questions that you may have. Thank you very much.